a single compound has linked our myths, tales, and folklore throughout human history: water. Almost every culture has a story about mysterious waters, from the deep wells of forgotten spirits to the primeval seas of creation. These tales illustrate not only our anxieties but also the element's capacity for both life and destruction. However, in Wales's sweeping mountains and foggy valleys, one aquatic beast repeatedly appears: the Afanc. This enigmatic monster crosses the line between predator and protector, a creature of chaos and magic. Join us as we uncover the legend of the Afanc and the chilling role water has always played in our deepest fears. Situated within oak and elm forests in Wales' lush rolling hills was a community called Afanc, whose prosperity was dependent on a renowned lake. The region was endowed with abundance by the lake's pristine waters. Its flow nourished the crops that grew rich and golden on their farms, and its fish filled the nets of the villagers. The villagers had coexisted peacefully with the lake for many centuries, keeping to rigorous customs to respect its hidden nature. However, serenity is delicate and easily disrupted, much like the surface of a lake. Heavy rains one winter caused the lake to expand above its borders. The waters initially flooded the fields. They then swept through the village, destroying houses, livestock, and crops. The depths had been stirred by something. The village is covered in dark storm clouds. As a flood of water rushes through the streets, villagers rush to salvage their possessions. The menacing shadow of a monstrous beast pulses beneath the waves. The Afanc, an ancient beast of chaos and power that had been dormant at the bottom of the lake for ages, was said to have awakened. Some claimed that the beast was a guardian sent to keep the lake safe, rather than just an ordinary animal. Some thought it was a curse brought on by the locals' greed after they had extracted too much from its waters. One thing was certain, regardless of the truth: the Afanc was awake and its wrath was overwhelming. Its roars shook houses and hearts every night, which felt throughout the valley. The earth fell apart, streams flooded, and the lake turned into a furious, churning pit. Fear-stricken, the locals knew they could not defeat such a beast. How can the water itself be fought was the question. Hope frequently appears in the most unlikely places during the darkest moments. A fisherman's daughter, Angharad, came forward. Throughout the community, she was well known for her beauty, friendliness, and, most notably, her talent for singing. Her voice was said to be able to soothe an angry child and even soothe agitated animals to sleep.
"I am going to the Afanc,"
she said in a steady and gentle voice.
"I shall lead it out of the village while singing to it."
The elders objected and begged her to stay, but Angharad was determined, knowing the price of delay. Her people had nothing left to lose, and she had a plan. Angharad strolled to the edge of Afanc as dusk was falling. She just had the golden chain and her harp with her. Once a source of happiness, the lake now felt icy and frightening, its surface rippling slightly despite the absence of breeze. She started to play while kneeling on the shore. Her music filled the air with an unearthly warmth as it floated across the lake like a mist. It talked of calm, tranquility, and home. The big beast stirred beneath the surface, her voice temporarily calming its rage. The Afanc started to rise gradually. Angharad drew the Afanc towards the shore by moving backwards step by step. Its enormous claws left vast pits in their wake as they scraped the ground. As it emerged fully from the lake, Angharad, her voice steady despite her fear, cast the golden chain around its neck. The chain glows faintly as it tightens around the Afanc. The beast snarls but does not attack, its mind still gripped by Angharad's melody. The peasants came out with their oxen at her signal. They pulled the enormous beast away from the village by heaving against it together. The Afanc thrashed and snapped in protest, but the golden chain remained in place. They guided it to the remote valley of Lyn Barfog, a barren area devoid of people. With a final roar, they let the Afanc go and watched it disappear beneath the water's surface. There was now peace again. Lini Fan Fach was composed again, but things would never be the same. A new respect for the locals who dared to resist chaos seemed to glimmer in its waters. Regarding Angharad, she rose to fame in her own right. She was saved by her courage and skill. Angharad was a hero when she returned to her village. Once again, the lake was serene, its waters no longer treacherous. The populace praised her and included her bravery into songs that would be sung for years throughout Wales. Even as the small town rejoiced, they were aware that the Afanc was still alive and sleeping in its new lake. In addition to being a tale of victory, Angharad serves as a lesson that we must respect nature in order to maintain peace with it, as even the slightest disruption could awaken unpredictable monsters. If you enjoyed this video and found it helpful, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and ring the notification bell so you never miss out on our latest content. Subscribing is completely free and it really helps us out so you can stay updated with our future videos. Also, if you have any questions or suggestions, feel free to leave them in the comments below.